Hi students, this is Roslyn Diana, Assistant Professor, CSE Department from RMD Engineering College. Today we are going to discuss about prepared statement in Java. What is a prepared statement? It is an interface that is a sub-interface of statement interface. This prepared statement is used to execute parameterized SQL query. If the SQL query contains set of parameters, instead of giving directly the values, we will give question mark in the place of values. So any value can be taken at each instant of executing the query. For example, we can have a query like this: insert into employee values of 3 inputs. In the 3 inputs place, we have question marks. This particular query is ready with the name SQL. It is a string. String SQL is equal to this query. So using prepared statement, we will pass this query into the database to access the values into it. Question mark is passed as the parameter. The value will be set by calling the setter method of prepared statement. After the query is ready with the prepared statement, then the values will be passed to the database with the help of setter methods. The prepared statement method of connection interface is used to return the object of prepared statement. The connection interface is the actual root interface. Here we have a method prepare statement of. Then the syntax for this prepared statement method is public prepared statement interface space prepare statement method of pass that query. It throws a SQL exception. If there is any exception, while we run the code. In prepared statement, we have several methods supported with this interface. Important methods of prepared statement interface are given here. Set int of. Its full syntax is public void. It returns a void output. Public void set int of a parameter that is the position we will pass here. Which parameter, particular question mark. If we have 3 question marks, the first question mark will be taken from the number 1, index position 1. Then 1 comma any value if you give in that particular position, the value will be set as that new value. So this set method is used to set an integer value, set int of. In the parameter index position, set the new value. And then we have a method set string of. This is used to input assign value of string value to the particular parameter index position. Then set float of will set the value float value in the parameter index position. Set double of will also set the double value float value in the parameter index position. Execute update of is used to execute the prepared statement. Then result set execute query of after the data is retrieved by the prepared statement, that particular data set will be stored in the result set using the execute query of method. With the prepared statement, we will see first example of inserting a record into the database. So there is a class called insert prepared. Before that, we have import the package. The package name is java.sql.star. SQL package we have to use because we will use here several interface and methods that are used to access the database from the Java program. So class insert prepared of is the class name. Then we have main method inside the class. Then we use try catch method here. If the particular connection is established with the backend database, then try method will be successful or try block will be successful. Else it will throw exception. So catch is used here. Whatever, if there is any problem in executing the query and connecting to the database, the exception block will execute. So here in try block, we have class dot for name of. It is used to enable the Java JDBC driver with the Oracle driver. So the Oracle driver will be having a class. That class will be initiated with the help of class.forName of. Then a connection should be established with the Java particular DBMS URL. So database. So a connection interface is used. Connection, we have a name, object name con is equal to driver manager dot get connection of. Driver manager is a class used to get the connection to a particular DBMS URL. Here the DBMS URL is localhost colon 1521.exe. The username is system and password is Oracle. Then here, the important thing is prepared statement. It is used to prepare a statement to connect to the database and execute that particular query to access the database data. So prepared statement, object name statement is equal to connection con dot prepare statement method. We have to use here prepare statement of insert into emp values of. Here we assume inside the database, we have one table emp. In the emp table, we are having two fields. We are going to set the values for those fields with the help of question mark. Then the prepare statement object name is stmt. So with the help of that, we have to insert the new values to the first row of the database. So statement dot set int of 1, 101. In the first field column, first column, 101 will be inserted. Since it is integer, we use this method set int. Then using statement method, statement objects, statement dot set string of. This method is used to insert string value into the database column. So 2 is the column number, 2, Ratan. So a new record will be inserted into the database with the help of prepared statement. So int I is equal to statement dot execute update of. So this particular 2 input should be inserted properly into the database. That will be done with the help of execute update of method. So how many records are inserted? That result will be stored in I variable. I is equal to how many updates are done? 1 update. So system.out.println will print 1 record updated or 1 record inserted, because we give here inserted. Then properly we have to close all the connections, because in the memory the Oracle driver class was stored and connection class was established. All these will be released from the memory when we give a connection dot close off. Then if the particular query is not working or any problem with these set of execution, catch block will execute. It will throw an exception and it will be printed. Then we can do insertion, deletion, updating, and retrieving the records from the database using prepared statement. Now, second example is, so updating the record. Inserting the record we saw. Now this is updating the record. Prepared statement. So we know all the basic statements before this. Class.forName, connection we have to establish. Connection is equal to driver manager dot connection of that database URL we have to give. After that, these are the important things for updating. Prepared statement, statement is equal to con dot prepare statement of update employee, set name is equal to question mark. Any input we pass, that will be set here, where ID is equal to question mark. Update M, set name equal to question mark, where ID is equal to question mark. Suppose for 101 ID, I want to change the name. It may be some Arun. I want to change it to Sonu. So for that, this query can be useful. So in prepared statement, parameters will be question marks. So after the statement, prepare statement is ready, statement dot set string of what input we have to give newly, we have to give 1, in the first column, Sonu will be updated. In the second column, 101 should be taken. So 101, using 101, that particular record will be taken, and in that record, Sonu will be replaced in the name. So this particular inputs are ready. Now this should be executed in the database. So we have to give statement dot execute update of. So this Sonu will be updated in the database table emp. And how many records are changed? One record. So I will be 1. It will print 1 records updated. Then third operation. First operation we saw insert the record. Second operation inserting a record, first operation. Second operation updating the record. Third operation delete the record using prepared statement. Prepared statement statement is equal to connection dot prepared statement of give the query what you want to represent. We have to delete a particular record from the emp table where ID is equal to some question mark. It can be any ID. In the next line, we are passing 101. Set statement dot set int of 1, 101. So whichever record contains ID 101, that record will be deleted. To delete that record from the table, we have to execute a method execute update of. So statement dot execute update of will delete that particular record, whichever that statement is telling us. So it will print for us 1 record deleted. And last operation using prepared statement, retrieving the records of a table. So here also same connection and prepare statement should be given here and written and select star from employee. So the query here is retrieving the records for all the records from the employee. So we are giving select star from emp table. So this statement query is ready. We have to execute the query with the help of execute query of method. Statement dot execute query of. So the suppose 10 records are there in the employee table. 10 records will be stored in RS. RS is the result set which carries all the instant data that the query is selecting. So here 10 records will be available in result set RS. RS dot next of. RS dot next of will get each record from the database. RS dot next of. First record it will get and it will print the first record's first 2 columns. RS dot get int of 1. It will get the first employee ID. Then one space will be printed. Then we will get employee name. RS dot result set dot get string of 2 will get the employee name. This while loop will execute. If there is 10 records, while loop will execute for 10 times. Next of method is used to get the next record from the table, employee table. The last example, it is an overall example for the operations we have seen. So here the packages we used imported are SQL package, java.sql and java.input-output, io.star. Then class name here is RS. In this main method we open. In this we have to store the class or the JDBC Oracle driver class we have to store in the memory. So we use the class dot for name method for name of oracle.jdbc.driver.oracle driver. Then we have to establish the connection with the program for the database. So connection con is equal to driver manager dot get connection of Oracle connection we have to make with the Oracle database. Its username, system and Oracle is password. With the help of that, we will connect to the database, Oracle database. Then we have to get, create a new statement. We want to insert into emp130 table some values. How many values? 3 values. So values of 3 question marks. The prepared statement name given here is PS. So IO we used package that is for buffer reader. It is optional. You can use scanner or buffered reader class. Buffered reader BR is equal to new buffered reader of new input stream reader of system.in. So you get a new value. So with the help of BR. BR is the buffered reader to get the value from the user. Buffered reader object. So there is a do while loop. In this, we will get the values from the user. So we will first ask the user enter ID. User has to input the ID. So we use the statement integer.parseInt of br.readLine of. Buffered reader object will get the data from the user. That data will be assumed as a string. In Java, the input from the reader will be string. We have to convert it into integer. So parseInt of method is used. That integer value will be converted properly into integer value with the help of integer wrapper class. Integer.parseInt of. This capital I integer is a wrapper class to convert any data that we pass into integer. Then second data, we will ask the user enter name. He will input the name. Name is a string, so directly it can be assigned to name variable. But integer, the ID we passed a string, so we converted into integer and we assigned it into variable ID. Then after name is read, we have to input salary. So we give enter salary and user input the salary. That salary will be a string. It should be converted to float data and it should be assigned to salary variable. So salary equal to float.parseFloat of. It will convert the new input to float value. Here, capital F float is a wrapper class. It is used to convert any data into float value. After we input these three values, we have to, with the help of the statement, insert into emp130 values. We gave the name PS. PS dot set int of one position, comma ID. ID will be ID, whatever we input 101, 102, that will be stored in first place. Then PS dot set string of, it will be the set string of 2 comma name. Name will be set in the second place. PS dot set float of 3 comma salary. Salary will be set in third place. Then I is equal to PS dot execute update of. So in this statement, PS should be executed. So these three values, ID, name, salary, will be updated in the emp130 table. And how many records are affected? It will tell us one record. And do you want to continue? Yes or no? If we give, we are asking the user to read value, give the input using br.readLine of method. If a user gives yes, again one more record will be inserted with the help of all these statements. If user enters n, small n, if yes dot starts with of n, any the string with the starting letter n means this loop will be broken. So loop will be closed. And after loop is closed, we are closing the connection. This is how the prepared statement is used. Using prepared statement in Java, we can do insertion, deletion, updation, retrieving records from the table in a database. Thank you.